Welcome back to the AWDS Hard Campaign Randomized Skills and COs playthrough. Next up is a total freebie of a mission in my view. Like, there's basically no way you can make this mission challenging. I thought about choosing Grit for this mission and just soloing the map with him, maybe going with no skills, but I guess I should still randomize the COs and skills. So the reason I thought about that was because this map is 99% Uzium. And since Uzium always inflict one-hit kills, your best CO choice is probably Grim, because defense doesn't matter in this mission and Grim has the highest attack power. And, you know, you've only got 2 indirects, and these Uzium resist indirect damage anyway, so Grit is likely the worst possible choice you could make for this mission, which is why I thought about selecting him. But I wouldn't want to deprive you of this intense dice rolling action that you guys hopefully enjoy. So, oh yeah, there's 2 Blue Moon units. I don't know why those are there. They're supposed to represent Hawk and Lash running away from the Uzium, which is a bunch of plot stuff. Let's just get this over with. Let's see who's up to bat first. Get out of there. Alright. So the dice kind of got stuck a little bit there, but the CO is going to be number 17 on my list. 1 penalty, and the levels are 6, 7, 8, and 0. So the CO is going to be... oh, not Adder again. That's gonna, like... that's the 4th time. I think that's the 4th time I've had to choose Adder. Well, what am I gonna do, right? Let's get rid of all of these. So I guess I'll talk a little about what I'm going to do with a Blue Moon team, because they're basically useless. See, I'll go for more captures. Like, most of these skills are completely useless because of the one-hit kill thing anyways. I could choose -1 enemy terrain stars. Let's see, that's actually something you can do. If you, like, if you are on hard mode, then Blue Moon can be any 2 COs, even though it's supposed to be Hawk and Lash. But you could pick Sonya for that team, and then the enemy would lose all of their defense stars, like all 1 of them. This map is mostly plains. So, yeah, I'm gonna pick this. I don't know if it increases the amount of cannon damage you take, but I suppose we can find out. There is a mini cannon on this map. Probably the weirdest skill choices you've seen, but this is the weirdest map in the game, so why not, right? Alright, Adder, who's gonna join you? As soon as the dice get out of the cup, wow, they are stuck. I'm just gonna re-roll that one. One of them fell off the table, so, go and get it. There we go. Okay. Number 14, and number 14, well, I said I was gonna think about using him, and here he is. Number 14 is Grit. So, 2 of these have to be penalties. One of them is a level 0, one of them is a 4, and I've got 2 5s. So, let's pick the buffs first. I actually don't think there are any cities on this map. There wouldn't be any reason to. So, let's go with... I'll take 2 5s, I think. Yeah, 2 5s, because one of these is Sand Scorpion, which increases your attack power in Sandstorm, and there is a Sandstorm going on this map. I'll take Prairie Dog to reduce plains movement down to 1, because the map is mostly plains. And 2 of these have to be penalties, so the other 2 will be penalties. Oh gosh. Terrain. Well, here we go again, right? And cannon guard. Yeah, I think this actually reduces the amount of cannon damage you take, but it is on this table and it is in the level 0 slot, so I don't really know what to do about that. So actually, I think I will lead with Grit. Try to get some challenge out of this, and I did roll him, so not much I can do about that. I do not care who Blue Moon is. I'm not even going to roll for them because it doesn't really matter. Let's pick who hasn't been used yet. I'll just put Hachi and Sensei on this team. They're not going to get anything out of this, so don't worry. Like, it doesn't even matter. They've got 1 rocket and 1 APC. What does it matter? Okay, so after I write all this down on the screen, we are going to start muck-a-muck. Well, here we go. Muck-a-muck with grit. Should be very interesting. Yeah, at the very least, his infantry don't take any penalties, so this will do the max amount of damage. So yeah, you can see that the idea here is that you have to evade all of these Uzium. And, oh, that's actually a decent amount of damage with the skill that I picked. You have to take... Basically, in order to avoid getting one-shot by the Uzium, you have to destroy them all in one turn, and you've only got 4 attacks to do it with. Like, assuming you can even, hit them from any side you want. You've only got 2 indirects, so you can't really rely on them too much. I don't know if stealthing the stealth means anything, but I will do that anyways. So what a sandstorm does is that it's supposed to reduce your indirect range by 1, but I am grit, so that doesn't, well, I guess it still affects me because my range is still shorter than expected, but still. Now, you may have noticed that there is an HQ up here, so you could capture that if you want to, but it's guarded by an Uzium, so you're not really getting through there unless you break through the pipe. And of course, there's a tank, missile, and an anti-air there. Those are just token units. They're the only units that are going to be affected by Cole's CO power, because he's in this mission for some reason, despite the fact that this mission is all about Hawk and Lash running away from rogue Uziums. So, yeah, there are comm towers that you can capture as well, so we're going to see if that's possible. There's 2 over here by the Oasis, and there's 2 in the top of the map behind this mini cannon. Rather token mini cannon, if you ask me. And for these 2, you can't really do a whole lot, because they're going to be surrounded. And the APC can't even refuel red team's units. So yeah, I just picked 2 token COs to put them on the blue team. The most overpowered COs in the game, probably. In fact, definitely. And they can't even do anything, because they don't have any cities to work with. Alright, so this Uzium on the left is pretty close to being destroyed. For some reason, it seems machine gun damage does a lot more to them than you'd expect. Oh yeah, that was actually pretty lucky. So 1 Uzium down and just a whole bunch more to go. And another thing that you probably already know about this mission is that this mission is notorious because... like, all of these Uzium are worth bonus points in the rankings. Well, not for the rank specifically, but for the points you get, for the experience points you get. So anybody who wants to spend some time leveling up COs, this is the mission to do it in, basically. Alright, 31. Can I do anything? 31 and 222s. That's gonna be tricky. I guess I have to take the risk. And another thing you're going to notice is, I'm totally going to lose my Neo-Tank already. I could sacrifice it for the recon, though. That's why I put Prairie Dog as one of my skills, because the recons can move very freely and pull off stuff like that when you need them to. So we're going to lose a recon. But there are a lot more valuable units out there. Like, I think medium tanks and neo-tanks and stuff still do more damage than the recon, but the recon is going to do more damage than you'd probably expect them to. So yeah, I'm still not expecting a huge challenge out of this mission. But anyways, there's a couple of reasons this mission is notorious. One is that you can use the Uzium to basically farm an infinite amount of EXP if you play this mission over and over and then save over a separate file so that you still have access to this mission. You don't have to play the entire game over again to get to it. And because these Uzium are worth massive amounts of stars, I think, like, I think they're worth as many stars as a carrier, and that's a lot. So when you play this mission, you're just going to get CO power after CO power, and that's the reason there's only 1 enemy CO, because... Oh, ouch. That actually does hurt a little bit. So that anti-air did actually matter. Go figure. So when you play this mission, you're basically going to get a lot of CO powers. And a lot of dual strikes and a bunch of other stuff. Let's get rid of the anti-air. There we go. Yeah, I think I could probably avoid all the Uziums. I'm not really concerned with experience points because, you know, this save has everybody at the max level anyway, so maybe I could just evade all of them and go for the HQ, because eventually the Uzium right here is going to make it out of there. It's eventually going to come out of its little hole. So yeah, I could totally just avoid everything else and go straight for it. And the stealth would actually be good for, like, attacking either the mini cannon or the HQ, because it's never going to be seen. I don't think the missile can... Oh, no, don't drop. I don't think the missile can even hit it. Because, yeah, I think only fighters are allowed to hit them, right? Let's see if the cannon guard skill actually does what it says it would. Oh, I should have moved the rocket out of the way, but that's fine. Okay, yeah, so that was technically a buff. So I guess the level 0 skills don't increase the amount of cannon damage. Even though they're supposed to be debuffs, but I don't think it really matters. 9 HP, 7 HP, 5 HP. Yeah, not a huge deal, right? So yes, as you can see, these Uzium are very easy to evade. Like, I have no idea if you would ever want this in multiplayer, because you can pre-deploy these in multiplayer. But it doesn't really, like, they're not going to be that useful at all, I would think. Right, maybe we can try and... Okay, so we do have some cities, so I should have picked the repair skill, but no matter. So yes, it's very easy to just go around all of the Uzium, but if you want that massive EXP, then you definitely want to take your time and destroy them over and over. Alright, so now we've successfully avoided all of them, and now we just have to worry about this one Uzium that's by the HQ. Or we could blast through this with the stealth. That might work too. So yeah, even with grit, this isn't really, like, difficult. Because, like, now that I found a way to just avoid all of the enemies and go straight for the HQ, it doesn't really matter which CO you pick, I guess. This was never a particularly difficult level at all. But of course, there's ways of breaking it even further if you're so inclined. Oops, I did not know you could hit the R button there. Alright, so now it's possible for the Uzium to maybe sort of be attacked. We can capture... Oh, nope, still can't capture it, actually. Alright, so I will wait for the Uzium to move one more space before moving in on the HQ. Just check the range to make sure... Oh yeah, the missile's actually affected by... It's supposed to be a deterrent to prevent you from, like, going straight to the HQ with an air unit. But because of the sandstorm reducing its range, it's actually not as good of a deterrent as it should be. Alright, I suppose I'll have to give up on attacking the comm tower. And, I seem to have made a bit of an oopsie, because... the Uzium did not move onto the mountain like I thought it would. So we'll have to go around it in order to destroy it with a B-copter, which means I could lose a unit. We'll see if that's what actually happens. I'm going to have to spend one extra turn on this. But I'll break through to the HQ eventually. At least I can start damaging the missile now. So this should prevent a one-hit kill on one of my air units. You know, I'm not even sure Blue Moon losing all of their units makes it a game over. Of course, I completely forgot about the mech down there, so... That one is on me, and the missile decided to move onto the HQ, which doesn't make sense. So yeah, at this point, we basically win. There's nothing they can really do at this point. Because the HQ is going to get capped. It would have taken a lot more time in order to just destroy all of the Uziums, so glad I chose this path. But it still took a while. These maps are getting a bit lengthy. Oh yeah, and because the Uzium are unaffected by CO powers, this doesn't do anything at all, this super. Can you imagine, though, if superpowers actually did affect the Uzium, then you would have +1 move Uzium. But then again, the AI moves all of their units before the Uzium. Well, they move all of their Uzium before their other units. Or even using their CO power. Right, so the stealth better not be trapped. It's almost trapped. But there we go. Mission over, and I win. Muck Amuck, the easiest map in the entire game, I would say. Even more so than some of the tutorial missions. Because they move one space. What are you going to do with a unit that moves only one space? Oh, they actually, like, have a cutscene for this? Okay. I don't know why they needed to do that. Because when you capture an HQ, you generally win, so... yeah, that was weird. This is an S rank, but power was actually very low because I avoided killing anything. I wait like a snake in the grass, then I strike. Isn't that ironic, considering he's fighting alongside Adder? Wait, this is, like... okay, either those were the perfectly timed win quotes, or... wow, those... I'm just, like... either those were two of the most perfectly timed CO quotes in the game, or they do actually have, like, things they can say to each other, but they don't have a tag affinity, so... that's really, really weird. But yeah, Adder is now the most used CO in the game. We should probably change that soon. Anyways, moving on to the next mission. This is a lot harder than Muck Amuck, but based solely on the fact that there are 2 enemy COs now. But it is kind of a more interesting gimmick mission, because you can see that there are a bunch of damaged units, and they're surrounded by black crystals, which will heal them for 2 HP every turn. So the key to this mission is to destroy as many of the crystals as possible before they can heal their units, or you can focus on destroying the strongest units before they get a chance to get healed and fight back. And of course there's 6 enemy comm towers, which is actually really impressive. But, you know, depending on who we roll, this could get even more interesting. So let's hope for some good luck. Time to roll for Healing Touch. That's what the mission is called. And we are going to have to roll for all 4 player COs this time, because there are 2 teams. Okay, Orange Star, excuse me. My speech is just not doing well at the moment. Okay, first CO for Red Team is going to be number 16. Who is number 16? Number 16 is... Lash! Nice! Been waiting to play as her. This is our first time playing as Lash. Alright, so no penalties. No penalties, I said. Levels 1, 2 7s, and a 5. So for 1, we're just going to take more damage in exchange for slow CO powers. A 5... does this map have a sandstorm? I actually want to check. Does it start in sandstorm? It does! We're getting some mileage out of sandstorm skills. And finally, our 2 7s. Oh, these are the worst. These don't really do anything. Unless I have a stealth on Red Team. I don't think I do. Okay, so the second CO for Orange Star. Keep wanting to say Red Star for some reason. Uh-oh. 3 penalties. 1, 7, 5, and 9, and CO number 20, which is... oh, look, it's Andy! You know, I bet Black Hole wishes Andy were on their side because he'd be able to heal all the enemy units much faster than the crystals could. Alright, so we do need to pick 3 penalties. So I will take 1, 5, 7, and 9. So let's take penalty to direct attack. Number 5 is, well, it's actually relevant, so let's take the Sandstorm penalty. 7, I think this is a pre-deployed mission, so, price hike. And number 9 is going to be our, boost. So let's see what's available on 9. Extra move for the super sounds nice, or we could cause more sandstorms. I'll take extra move. Okay, now to roll for the blue team, and this is going to be important. I'm hoping for Eagle personally, because they have a lot of air units. That's a 12 on the D20, and a 2 here, so 14 is grit. Nice. We get to use him again. Alright, 4, 7, 8, and 9. 4 is gonna be... I'll just give him Lash's skill. 7... this doesn't really matter too much. 8... Well, I can increase aircraft damage with him at least. 9 is more move and super. I might not use him depending on what other CO I roll, because grit's not really good for this map either. Uh-oh, low numbers here, but I've got a 3 on the black die. So 0, 5, 7, and 7 for skills. This is a 9, and this is a 4. Oh, it's just Jugger. Okay. I guess I'll probably go with him, even though I have to pick like 3 penalties. And only 1 good skill. Alright, I'm gonna make the 0 the good skill. So it's gonna be... How about Mistwalker? I've never really tried using this skill before. It gives you Sonya's ability to counterattack before the enemy attacks on their turn. In Super, of course. And finally, for these, 5 and 2 7s. So we'll give him... I know you guys want me to do this, so less attack power in Sandstorm. And the 7s don't even really matter too much. Right, so I think I will lead off with him. This is probably not that good of an idea. But I will write all of this onto the screen and catch up with you guys in just a moment. Well guys, I'm ready if you are. Let's play Healing Touch. The Black Crystal mission. The calm before the storm, and it's already a bit of a storm already. Okay. Obviously we want to capture these comm towers. Can't do much with the enemy having plus 60. Is that right? First, let's clear the way to the first crystal. We should be able to blow it up with just about anything. Let's see. I want the anti-air to work on the air units, so I'm going to do this. And this Neo-Tank, it needs to move forward as well as destroy something. So I'm going to have it move up to here. It seems like a waste of a turn, but I actually want the Neo-Tank to be up here, because then it can move over to this crystal if the other team hasn't destroyed it. That crystal just goes down in 1 hit very easily. And then we just pound away at their units. I want to destroy that pipe runner pretty quickly as well. And we don't really have to worry about the 2 units down here, but I guess I can... do I want to destroy that recon? I probably don't. Yeah, the reduced indirect range means that I can't actually shoot at that crystal with that rocket. It's not close enough. There's actually a missile silo here. I guess I could try and make use of that. depending on if the enemy allows it. Alright, the blue team has a bomber and a stealth and a bunch of nice air units. So let's see what we can do here. Capture the comm tower first and foremost. Maybe clear path to this crystal. They probably won't, like, do any real damage without, like, with all of their units at 2 HP, they're probably not going to do a huge amount of damage to me, but you never know. And my instinct says I should stealth the bomber, the stealth unit. And that's probably for the best. So, yeah, I'll wait until next turn to start, attacking with it. Let's see, is this a good idea, though? Yeah, I just can't see Kindle's units attacking with such low health, but with all of the comm towers and stuff, they would have quite a bit of attack power. How much damage will this do to the crystal? Oh, just barely. I should have attacked the crystal with something else, then I would have destroyed on the first turn. That's no problem. I want to focus down their bombers. I mean, the fighter can't really attack the crystals, so no need to worry on that front. Let's see what they do. You know, the toughest part of this is always getting the crystals in the back, because you're going to have to face some very tough units. They actually don't have enough money to... Oh, yeah, a 4 HP missile did 6 damage to my bomber. That's unfortunate. So yes, with the comm towers, they actually do pack quite a punch. I had forgotten about this. But with all of this damage that they're doing, they are charging my CO powers. And theirs. Theirs get charged too. What happened to the APC? I hope I didn't lose it, because that would actually be very detrimental. Okay, I've got one all the way back here. I guess that's fine. Capture that first. Don't want to make the mistake that I did in some of my other missions. Alright, so with that we can destroy this crystal in one shot. The crystals are your objective, by the way. I don't know if I forgot to point that out, but... yeah, if the crystals are destroyed, you win. So... let's see, what can we do here? On the next turn, I might be able to refuel the Mega Tank, because the thing about the Mega Tank is it runs out of ammo very quickly. So... I've misclicked. How nice. Well, I wasn't going to use that silo anyways. I just wanted to secure it for later. So, joke's on you, game. Okay. So, I may have made a couple of mistakes here. But we can at least destroy the... we can destroy the crystal, right? Yeah, we can. I should have attacked with the bomber first. I wasn't going to be able to capture this, though. And this missile is actually going to get to shoot at something. How nice. Maybe I should have led with grid. Alright, so as long as the Neotank stays alive, we should be able to get to the next crystal. They're going to get a tag break soon, too. That's also something you've got to watch out for. Losing all of these units, doing all of this damage, etc., etc. So now it's important to blow up as many enemy units as we can, just to stop them from being too effective with their tag breaking. The fighters are all gone, so, you know, I don't think the stealth has to worry about too much. Because without the enemy fighters, they can't actually shoot at your stealth units. So I might have overhyped the mission yet again, but we'll see if that's the case. I could still fail. It's still possible to fail. Okay. I'm especially worried about the enemy pipe runner. And actually, I just noticed that the enemy income is so low that the natural healing from cities and stuff isn't going to help them too much, but this is going to be powerful. 105 regular attack boosts in addition to whatever the super gives them, and they have 5 comm towers still. That's gone. Oh yeah, the mega tank took quite a beating from just that medium tank. And then Kindle's gonna come in and she's going to be even crazier. But we will have a tag break, and that's still good, because as long as they don't damage the Neotank too much, that Neotank is probably going to be able to blow up at least 2 crystals on my turn, so it all depends. Yeah, and she was on a city for that attack as well. Look at this. This is nuts. But I think we still win as long as the APC isn't destroyed, because that's what's refueling the stealth bomber. I actually don't have a tag break, but that's pretty alright, because this is still a one-shot on the crystal. So I'll keep the tank units up here. This is going to be a very lousy rank, by the way. That should be obvious. Right, now time to actually launch the silo. I don't know how different this would have been if I had actually launched it on the previous turn. But yeah, all of that is going to get healed back up, of course, but it's still nice to stall them from healing back to full. Right, so red team should have a tag power on, like, the next turn, so let's switch to Andy. So he can charge his power quicker. And blue team, they've got a tag break. So what can we do with it? Well, there's only one real unit that can do any damage. So let's see how much he does to the crystal. Normally, I could probably just let red team handle that crystal. I don't know. Yeah, let's just shoot at it. And, what do I do with this anti-air? This anti-air isn't going to do much. I'll tag break on the next turn. That should, like, finish up whatever red team doesn't get around to. Because they are actually holding up around that final crystal. It's going to be very painful to get to it. Come on, attack the red units. Yes, that's what we want to see. Alright, so red team is going to go for the crystal on the left. And they should be able to get to it because now we have a tag break. And the sandstorm is actually gone. I did not remember that the sandstorm goes away eventually. Right, so we're getting a hyper upgrade here. And this is another reason why dual strikes are so very powerful. Because, like you can get a hyper repair and lots of extra move. Like, look at that. That's all of the skills coming together. And making for a very crazy CO power. Actually, we could end it right here if we go for this crystal. No, 97. Well, we've got another turn still coming. That crystal's gone. And as soon as I switch to Lash, the other crystal's going to be gone. So that actually felt a lot quicker than Muck 'em Up. But if you don't know what you're doing, it can still be a very difficult mission. I don't know how much of a difference the skills made. But, you know, I picked as many penalties as I could. Or as many as I was able to roll. I picked as many penalties that mattered. Alright, so it's that was a very bad rank, of course. But still, a win is a win. My huge brain made that way too easy. Nice one, Lash. Big brain strats. We had one of every unit on that map. Alright, so that's going to be it for this video. Next time, we take on the infamous, the immortal, the infamously painful mission, the only challenging mission in all of Dual Strike, Crystal Calamity. Won't that be a treat? Like, there's so much going on in it, you have no idea. Like, if you've never seen this mission before, first of all, you should actually try playing Advanced Wars DS. It's not as bad as I'm making it out to be. It's just super easy. So, I'll see you later for that, everybody. Next time, Crystal Calamity. Pray. Just pray, I guess. Later.